Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome. This is Rajiv S. Khanna from immigration.com, the law offices of Rajiv S. Khanna PC. This is our every other Thursday community conference call. Let me first of all close the conference because we have enough people. I may not even be able to get to all of you. Let's see how many we can do.
The conference is now locked.
Okay, so the way it would work is, first I will answer the posted questions. The questions that were posted to forums.immigration.com are forums. Once I'm done answering each question, I'll invite follow-up questions on that. Okay? The follow-up questions can only be related to what I've discussed. Don't ask me new questions then. Once I've done answering all the questions that have been posted, then I'll open the floor for new questions. At that point, you can ask me any questions you have. I want to get this wrapped up by 1:30 p.m. I have other engagements. I'll try my best to answer as many questions as I can. So please, as a matter of courtesy to others, keep your discussion short so we can get things moving quickly. Okay. Once again, I'll answer the posted questions. Within the posted questions, there are 3-4 questions I have marked as frequently asked questions. I will answer them first. Okay. Anytime I answer a question, I'll then say, if you have a follow-up, please press *5 on your phone. At that point, you can ask follow-up, but not new questions. Let's get started. First frequently asked question. Let's see. H-1B remote work from outside the US, extension, compliance, and re-entry consideration. So the idea is I'm working remotely on my H-1B and not inside the US, but outside the US. India, Europe, Australia, China. I'm in my 6th year of H-1B, which expires in July 25. My I-140 was filed in 24. Decision coming soon. My employer operates a fully remote company. They support my plan to work remotely from Europe starting June 1st of this year. I'll continue to be paid on the US payroll. I worked remotely from India and Europe for around 6 months during my H-1B without any issue re-entering the US. First of all, guys, remember working remotely and even working intermittently in the US is completely okay. There is an H-1B format called intermittent H-1B, which basically means I come to the US 10 days or 10 months in a year or 10 weeks in a year. The rest of the time I'm outside the US, whether or not I'm working for that employer. The time that I'm outside the US is not counted towards the H-1B, and it's perfectly legal to continue working remotely as long as I'm getting paid my salary. Okay. Questions. Given that my I-140 was filed in 24, if it is approved soon, should I apply for premium or regular processing? If you don't need your H-1B extension right away, apply for regular processing. Are there any specific advantages in premium? Not at all. Not in your case. Let me move the... Hold on one second. I need to move this a little bit so that... Okay. Then... Okay, so... Yeah, standard or premium, that we covered. What is the maximum time one can spend outside the US? There is no limit. Absolutely none. Okay. I couldn't find the wording confirming what I said, that you can work remotely. Well, you won't find the entire law in the regulations. Some of the things you have to understand because you've been doing it for a long time. So you're not going to become an immigration lawyer just by looking at a few provisions of the law. But you could do something called, you could do deep search using one of the better large language models. I actually like Gemini 3.5 or 2.5 also. You can do deep search and search for intermittent H-1B. It's actually mentioned in the regulations. I think so. Given the current administration's policies, are there any concerns while staying? No, I don't think so. I'm not concerned. Can I open a company in Europe to obtain residency there? Yeah, you can do that and still keep working for your own company, for the H-1B company. That's perfectly legal, immigration law-wise. I don't know if you have contracts, etc., for exclusivity with your current H-1B employer. If I visit the US for only a few days or months and work for an Airbnb and work from an Airbnb, do I need to update and amend? No, because you're working from the same MSA, that should be fine. If my employer undergoes a USCIS site visit, what potential consequences? Nothing, just explain. This is perfectly legal. You're not doing anything, it's not hanky-panky, so I'm not concerned about it. Folks, press *5 if you have a follow-up question on what I just discussed. *5 on your phone. Be quick. *5. All right. Let's go on to the next frequently asked question. Withdrawing pending I-539 after H-4 visa stamping and new I-94. So somebody's B-1, B-2 is pending. They travel to India, let's say, get the H-4 visa stamp and come back. Well, when you leave while your change of status to 539 using 539 is pending, your change of status is automatically abandoned. But it's a good idea to do it, to withdraw it anyway, just to keep the record clean. So my spouse traveled to India, completed her H-4 visa stamping, valid for the next 2 years. Before that, she had submitted H-4 extension with the USCIS. Oh, this is a little bit of a different situation. So here also, because she's gone and got her visa stamping, she can come back and ask the H-4 to be withdrawn. Actually, she can do it even remotely. So withdraw the I-539. It's irrelevant. How do you do it? Contact the USCIS customer service. She should contact the USCIS customer service. Ask for it to be withdrawn. They might say that send a notarized letter, or they might not. It might be doable over the phone itself. Yeah, so that's the way to do it. *5, if you have a follow-up question, press *5. So, okay, area code 303 has a follow-up question on what I talked about. Let's see. Area code 303, where are you calling from? Hello? Area code 303, where are you calling from?
Can you hear me, Rajiv?
I can. Go ahead, please.
Yes, I'm from Colorado. Thank you for taking my call.
Sure.
Yeah, so is it fine if my spouse upload the I-94 and the visa stamp copy online along with
Why
that
not?
where we have submitted?
Yeah, why not? Might as well.
Okay.
Just say we are requesting a withdrawal.
Yes.
Attach a letter saying we are requesting a withdrawal because she's got her visa stamp. Okay?
Correct. Okay. Thank you.
Good luck. Okay. So, next one is, so kids are here on H1. Mom is the only person left in USA and she needs some help. Can we do a B1, B2 and keep extending it? The answer is yes. There is definitely a provision in law for that. Not law, but policy. And we have done it. We've done it for a few people over the last few years. Some of them as much as 5-6 years. Keep getting extensions. If you go to the Foreign Affairs Manual, go online, look for State Department Foreign Affairs Manual, and do a search for, actually you can just do a Google search for cohabiting, I think it's called just do a Google search for cohabiting partners. The principle for this idea is laid out there. What is the principle? The principle is sometimes B1, B2 is appropriate where the relationship is very close. They are even living with you, or they were living with you, but they don't qualify for, let's say, an F2 or an H4. This is typical for parents. Mom cannot qualify for H4 of her son, can't qualify for F2 for her son. Gay partners was the idea. That's why cohabiting partners, the words came. It's that principle is laid out in that particular provision. And we've used it many times before. It's a kind of a luck of the draw. Sometimes you get a bad officer and they create all kinds of problems. We are dealing with one of them right now. We have a young lady who suffers from schizophrenia, and she needs the help of her family. Her mom and dad just got their green card, or they're applying for green card. So we are trying to get her B1, B2 extended and keep rolling it over and over again. Every 6 months, keep getting it extended. But we got an RFE that doesn't make any sense. So we are going to fight that. And that kind of situation can happen. So it's, like I said, it's a luck of the draw. Okay. *5. If you have a follow-up question, press *5, please. Quickly. All right. Let's go on to the next question. My frequently asked questions are done. Now I'm going to start on the routine questions. Using EAD while H1B extension is in process. I have an EAD and AP which is valid for 4.5 years. I'm in EB2. Priority date 2013. I'm applying for H1B extension as per company rules. Will it be normal processing? Sure. If there is any issue with my H1B extension, will I be able to use my EAD? Yes, you will be. Press *5 if you have a follow-up question. Press *5. All right. This one is from area code 973. I think that's New Jersey. Where are you calling from? 973.
Hi, Rajiv. I'm calling from Phoenix, but I used to live in New Jersey.
Aha, Phoenix. Okay. So tell me, what can I do for you?
Right now I try to apply it in the premium, but the company is not willing to do so. So they are only willing to do it in the regular processing. But right now, my passport is expiring in just less than in 10 months. But I need 12 months of valid passport. So I applied for my passport renewal. So eventually, by end of April, I should be able to apply for my extension. So though it is expiring in June. So usually regular processing will take
No,
time.
I don't
right?
see any problem
So
with that. Hey, look, you should apply for your extension, passport extension. Even now you can. I think Indian consulate allows you to do it 1 year ahead of time. You can apply, and you can also...
Yes, I already applied it in Qatar.
So then there is no issue. You don't need H1B premium processing. It's nice to do it, but it's not really required. So the fact is that you always have first of all, the law allows you, if it is extension without change, to continue working for up to almost 8 months as a grace period, 240 days. Okay. So you have plenty of time. If that doesn't work, you also have the EAD. And by the way, you can also premium the pending case. If it becomes too close to the end of your 240 days, you can just do it premium.
Okay, got it. One other question. So my priority date is June 2013 right now. So which is 6 months down, pending to be current. I don't know how fast it moves, but that's what it is. But once it is current, usually how long it will take for a green card to be...
that's a very long discussion. I won't be able to cover it here. Depends on whether or not you get a local interview call. If you get an interview call, add 8, 9 months, 10 months to the process, maybe more. But normally it should not take more than a few months to get it processed if the dates remain current. Okay?
Got it.
Good luck.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Thank you.
Yeah, some situations the variables are too many. I can't discuss them all. But hopefully you have enough information to go on. Let's see. This is use EAD. Okay, we just did this. Aditya Naik. Impact of H1B lottery on pending 485 and I-130. No impact. No impact at all. Zero impact. I submitted applications for 485 and I-130 through my spouse. Received EAD. Previously I was on F1. You applied for H1B lottery. My question is whether I'll be selected in the lottery. Yeah, your 485 has no impact on that. There's no complication. You can do an H1B on the side. And there is no problem with the overstay and all. Let's see. USCIS approving my H1B if I have overstayed my F1 visa. So I can't tell. Are you on the call? Press *5 if you're on the call. Okay. So, yeah, okay, great. Area code 312. Area code 312, where are you calling from?
Currently, I'm from Virginia.
Okay, excellent. So now you said you were on F1 that expired in August 24. I don't care about the visa.
Yes,
Before that, first of all, what is your category? Spouse is a US citizen or green card holder?
US citizen.
Okay. So your overall status is unshakable. There's no problem with that. The question is, were you on OPT or STEM OPT when your F1 visa expired?
A STEM OPT.
When did your STEM OPT expire?
Same time, like July 2024.
July 2024. So that means then you had 60-day grace period, right? So you won't be able to
I had
convert.
2024.
Sorry.
Sorry,
Yeah.
sorry to interrupt, but I had in January 2024 the EAD through category C09.
That's not what I'm talking about. I was thinking about the H1B. You will not be able to
Okay.
convert to H1B within the United States, but you can have it, keep it, and if ever needed, you can go get a visa stamp on it. Okay. Overall, because you're married to a US citizen, there is no issue of a status. Don't worry about it. Before you travel, talk to a lawyer, talk to your lawyers. Other than that, I can't see anything that is problematic. Okay?
Yeah, the question is now out of scenario because I was not picked in the lottery this year too.
Ah, okay. So all right. It's a useless discussion. Good luck. All right.
Yeah, sorry.
All right. Take care.
Yeah,
Bye.
no problem. Thanks.
Yeah. Doesn't matter. Things change and things that for you you have the EAD, there's no issue. Okay. Shashank says H1B, this is number 4, question number 4. H1B visa stamping and work location, remote work and I-94 clarification. Currently working on H1B, third year of my initial cap exempt H1B, which is set to expire in Feb 26. Planning to travel May, June 25, going for visa stamping. We follow a remote work policy. We only go to the office in person. Okay. I work remotely from my home, which is just 9 miles from the office. Yeah, that's pretty clean. On my H1B petition, the work location listed is my official office address and not my home address. My question is, what should I say? Just get an LCA. The easiest thing is just get an LCA approved for your home also. Okay. So the legal requirement is, if you are working in a location that is as close as 9 miles from your approved location, you just have to do an LCA posting. You don't have to do a new LCA. Okay. But because it's easier to just do a new LCA, it doesn't cost anything, might as well do it. And home postings are usually not being enforced by the government. It's crazy to put a damn posting in your kitchen. Who's going to look at that? Technically, that's what is required. But I don't think you're going to have any problem. So my bottom line advice, just get an LCA from your home location. I often hear people mention the I-94 is different from the 797. So the way it works is, when your H-1B change of status is approved within the United States, your approval, the 797A, comes with I-94 attached at the bottom. When you travel out and come back with a visa, you get a new I-94. The numbers don't have to match. So it can be a totally different number. But that I-94, which is more recent, will then overrule the I-94 that came with the 797A. Okay? Star 5. If you have a follow-up question, press star 5, please. All right. Next one is a frequently asked question. We already did that. Question number 6. Traveling to India during H1B transfer gap. After serving my 2-week notice, I still have a month left over for my new start date with the new employer. Okay, so doing an H1B transfer. You can travel to India, but you can't enter until 10 days before your start date. Is it risky to travel? I don't think so. I mean, if your background is clean, unless you've got some issues, legal issues, you should discuss with your lawyers if you have anything. But I don't think it's a risk, personally. Okay. So you've got the H-1B approved. There's a few weeks gap. You are going to go spend in India, apply for a visa, come back 10 days before your start date. You should be fine. I mean, generally speaking, I don't know your case in detail. Looks straightforward enough, no problem. Press star 5. If you have a follow-up question, press star 5. All right. Area code 414. Where are you calling from? 414. Hello.
Hi, Rajiv.
Hello, sir.
Thank you for picking me up.
Sure, absolutely. How can I help you?
Yeah. So I have very similar question. So I'm currently a PhD candidate,
Okay.
and my CPT has been approved.
Okay.
And I'm currently in my fourth year.
Okay.
And before starting my CPT, and the CPT is on different states. So I'm from Wisconsin,
Okay.
but my CPT is in New York.
Okay.
So, and the CPT is for 6 months, covering from summer and also in fall.
Okay.
And that's approved in I-20. So, and before starting my CPT, in this month, I plan to go to my country and for a 3-week trip. And throughout my time, I have maintained my status. Do you think, is there any issues with coming
Yeah,
back?
I don't know what they are going to do with the CPTs. Eventually, they'll start tightening them up. But I can't really comment. Certainly, CPT is not an easy open and shut case where I can say, oh, no problem. They don't like CPTs, but it's legal. So, answer is I don't know how it's going to play out. Okay?
I mean, it's a general CPT, not something like day one. So I'm a continuing student.
Yeah, still the answer is the same. The answer is any CPTs, I don't know how it's going to play out. All right.
Okay.
Good luck.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so then comes question number 7. USCIS address requirement while traveling within the US without a fixed residence. So I don't have any fixed residential address. Which address should I provide to the USCIS? If I were you, I would keep changing my address each time I change. Okay. Updating an AR11 takes only a few seconds. It's done online. So I would just, even if I live 10 days in a motel, then I move to another motel, I'll keep changing my AR11. Might as well, comply with the letter of the law. It doesn't cost you anything. It's easy to do. Press star 5. If you have a follow-up question, press star 5. All right. Area code 414. Isn't that the same one? Yeah, 414. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Milwaukee. Sir, I have the same question. So as a F1 student and only F1 student, do I need to do AR11 form?
I don't remember.
I
I remember thinking, or at least reading somewhere or thinking that students' address is tracked through the SEVIS system. You have to update the SEVIS. But please double check. And if in doubt, it's better to update AR11. It's easy enough to do. So I don't know the answer off the top of my head. You can check with your DSO whether you are supposed to update the AR11. Also check on the AR11 rules. The instructions will tell you. When in doubt, just do the AR11. It's very easy to do. I think it's through SEVIS though. All right.
Yeah, my DSO told me to doing through SEVIS is enough, but also told me that USCIS linking the website says that USCIS recommends doing AR11.
Then might as well do it.
Alien
It's very easy. It's not a difficult thing at all.
Yeah.
So just do it. Why argue? Why think about it? Just do it. Okay. It's not going to hurt you. All right.
Yeah.
Good luck. Next question, number 8. B2 extension versus F1 change of status. Approval chances, processing times, and school start issues. How easy it is to get B2 extension for job search? We are getting them so far. What is the better option between B2 and F1? Depends. If your chances of getting another job and converting to H1B are not good, then F1 makes sense. How long does B2 to F1 change? You can do it premium processing. Rest of the questions are kind of irrelevant because you can do premium processing. Okay. The last one is if F1 COS is approved few months earlier than start of school. That depends. I think it can't be more than 5 months early. Double check with the DSO. There is somebody brought up the question, does it have to be within 30 days of the start date? And I don't think that is quite required. But double check with your DSO. I haven't looked into this issue specifically for a while. Star 5. If you have a follow-up question, press star 5. Okay. Good. 2 more frequently asked questions done. Question number 11. Traveling for visa stamping after dismissed domestic violence. Well, if it was dismissed, no conviction was entered, double check with your local lawyer who does deportations. But just because there was a charge, I don't think it decreases your chances of getting a visa stamping. And especially when the visa stamping, what is it for? Is it an H1B? Press star 5 if you are here. Please press star 5. Okay, some visas are harder to deny, like H1B. But I don't know what impact it could have on F1 under the new vetting policy. But it doesn't look like it should be more difficult than if you didn't have a problem. So chances, see, the thing is you were never convicted of anything. Anybody can be charged with anything, right? Never convicted. So I think you should be okay. I just don't know what is going to happen with all these on-the-cuff rulemaking by the government. So hard to say. I would avoid traveling if I can, simply because things are so unsettled right now. Any follow-up questions? Press star 5. Any follow-up questions? Okay. Number 12. H4, I think this is the last posted question. Oh, good. We'll have exactly half an hour to talk. H4 EAD processing delay, common timelines, issue check, and working with expired EAD. I've applied for my H4 EAD more than 9 months ago, still not approved. Oh boy. Vermont, is it common for it to take so long? No ideas. I don't keep track of these numbers. Luckily, there are my team members who take care of all this. I would never be able to keep everything straight. Is there any way to check? Sure. You should definitely do a check. You can do a call to the USCIS customer service. How many days can I work on expired H4 EAD? That's a little bit complicated. So you have X number of days, I think it's 540. You have X number of days you can continue working. But if your EAD expires earlier, then you can only work till the time your EAD expires. So if your EAD expires in 2 months, you have work authorization only for 2 months. Okay. Star 5. If you have a follow-up question, press star 5. All right. That ends all the posted questions. Anyone has any question, press star 5. We have about half an hour to talk. Anyone has any questions? So far I have only 7, 8, 9. 9 people have questions. 13, 14 people. 15 people have questions. Okay, that's a lot of questions. Okay, I'm going to try to answer all of them. So let's go first with area code 612. 612, where are you calling from? Talk to me.
Hey, hi. I'm calling from Minneapolis.
Okay. Go on.
Yeah, my question is regarding H4 EAD.
Okay.
So I'm on H1 and my wife is on H4 EAD.
Okay.
So my H1 got expired in October. My last H1 got expired in October 2024.
Okay.
But I have applied for renewal in August.
Okay.
July 2024. And I got my approval within a couple of weeks. And my new H1 petition is valid until 2027, October 2027.
Okay.
I have applied her H4 EAD renewal with my new H1 in August.
Don't give me
So,
this many
and
months. I'm
the
never going to
approval
remember
for
them.
it-
Hold on. Make it simple. What is your question?
So my question is, her H4 EAD got approved in February. H4 EAD renewal got approved in February,
Okay.
and the approved start date of the EAD start date in the card and in the petition for EAD renewal is mentioned as February 2025.
Okay.
Even though her last EAD expired in October and we have applied for her renewal before October itself with
Okay.
my new H1.
Okay.
So there is a gap of 4 months that they have not covered for.
Okay. Was she working during that time?
Yes,
Okay.
because she has applied for the renewal ahead of time, so since
Okay.
there is a rule to continue to work
during
while
the
it is in
during the
process.
during the time she was working, was her I-94 still valid?
Yes.
Okay. Don't worry about this. This is not a big deal. But what you can do is you can go ahead and open a customer service ticket with the government anyway, just to ask them. Although I don't think there are some things that are just latency is built into the system. So something like this, I don't think is going to become a problem. Okay.
Okay, with a valid I-94, if she continues to work, it should not be a
Well,
problem.
this is a latency built into the system. Doesn't mean you should take it simply. Just go ahead and call the USCIS and say, "What is this?" To explain that to us. All right.
Okay.
Always take precautions. Best of luck.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. Area code 240. Where are you calling from?
Hey, I'm calling from Kansas currently.
Right. Go ahead.
So I was laid off a few months ago, and I had to file for change of status to F2, which has been approved right now.
Very good.
And currently I have multiple offers, so I was wondering if multiple petitions for H1B change of status has been applied
Okay.
by different
Hold on.
employers.
Hold
Will
on.
there be any issue?
Ma'am, hold on. Let me make it simple for you. When you are currently maintaining your status, which is F2, you can file 20 H1Bs at the same time, no problem.
Okay.
Okay. Now, there is a technical issue which might come up, but I don't think it will. What is this issue? You applied for 20 H1Bs. What if H1B number 1 got approved? The other 19 have been filed as change of status from F1 to H1, but now you are on H1 already. So what happens to those other 19? I have never really had a problem with something like this. Government kind of adjusts that. But that's one technical issue which can be actually rather easily resolved with a phone call to the customer service. But theoretically, at least, you can file as many applications as you like while you are still maintaining status. Any other questions?
Okay. Because I was interested in the offer that's going to be applied later, maybe a few weeks later. So I was wondering if I haven't joined the employer A, will there be any issues with the second petition?
So if you get a change of status to H1 and you have not yet joined that employer, there are all kinds of rules that protect you. You should talk with the lawyer of the second company who's filing the H1B. See what they suggest. Plan for it ahead of time, but it can be managed. Okay?
Okay.
Good luck.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Area code 669. Where are you calling from?
Hello, Rajiv ji. I'm calling from Dallas.
Yes, sir.
So it was my last attempt for H1 lottery,
Achha.
and my STEM OPT is till Jan 2026, but my F1 is expiring in December 2025.
Okay.
So my question is when I can apply for day one CPT, like for fall,
Okay,
I
so
should start
so
or
hold
I
on,
should go for
hold
spring?
on. Back it up a little bit. First of all, your visa expiration has no meaning. Once you're inside the US, we don't care when your visa expires. We only care that you are maintaining your service and your status. You are going to school, or you are in a vacation, or you are a grace period. But you've got to maintain status. That's all we care about. Now, once your status expires, your EAD expires in January, right?
Mm-hmm.
You are still
Yes,
in
January
you
20th.
are still in status February, March, 60 days, right? or
Okay.
January, February, depending on when it's expiring. Now, it is my understanding, you can double check with your DSO. If you transferred school,
Okay.
you can have a gap of 5 months. Okay. If you transfer
Okay.
schools, you can have a gap of 5 months. Double check with the DSO where you're going. I think that's how it works. All right.
Okay. Sure.
Good luck.
So I can do with the spring, right, for next year?
I do the math
Transport
yourself.
myself.
I just told you what I needed to tell you. Let me move on. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Raj.
You're welcome. Good luck. Okay, where am I? Let's see. 14 more questions. Hey, they keep increasing. Okay, so next one is area code 571. 571, go ahead, please. 571.
Hi, Rajiv ji. My H1 got picked up, and I have my passport validity for 15 months. So, if I go for stamping with the 15 months valid, 10 months valid passport, will they stamp the visa for the petition time or only for the expiry of the passport?
I think they'll stamp it for the visa time. I'm sorry, for the they'll stamp it for the entire 3 years. But when you enter at the Customs and Border Protection, this is my guess from what I remember, the CBP will truncate it to the life of the passport, 10 months. So you will have a visa for 3 years, but an I-94 for 10 months. And how do you change that? Well, what you do is, when you get your passport approval, take a trip outside carrying both your old and the new passport. The old passport has the 3-year visa. The new passport has the new passport. When you enter, make sure they issue you an I-94, which is valid till the end of your H-1B approval, which will be about 2 years. So it's not that difficult. It can be managed. All right?
Okay, thank you.
Good luck. Area code 315. 315, go ahead, please. Where are you calling from?
Hi, Rajiv ji. I'm calling from Seattle, Washington. So I'm currently on OPT and my OPT will be expiring within 1 month.
Okay.
And I don't have an e-verified employer to sign my, file my STEM OPT.
Okay.
So I just wanted to know what are my options and how much time will each option take me.
Pretty much, if you want to continue working, CPT would be the only option. Rolling into another program, that makes sense. How much time would it take? No time at all. Technically, it gets rolled over right away. So CPT seems to be the only other option if you don't have an employer. But even for CPT, remember, you need an employer to get CPT authorization. So you could discuss with the DSO. You could have 1 semester without CPT and the next semester CPT kicks in. You keep looking for the job and you get it. Next semester apply for CPT. No?
Okay, got it. And I have also heard about one more option is filing your own company and, making some business model with your own company.
It's very
Is that
difficult,
something that I should pursue?
very difficult to do that on STEM OPT. Because if you do
Okay.
STEM OPT, you still need a supervisor, somebody who's going to supervise your education and training. So at the very least, you'll have to have a 2-people company in which there's a supervisor who supervises your work and signs your form I-983, and the company will have to e-verify. Okay?
Okay, got it.
More complicated.
Thank you.
Good luck. Next one is area code 929. And people are, I think they sort of...
Hello.
1 second, people just raise their hands. I don't know what's going on, but they keep increasing.
Hello.
1 second, sir. Be a little patient. Let me finish what I'm saying. Area code 929. Where are you calling from?
Hi, sir. Sorry, I'm calling from New York.
No problem. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, in your experience, do civil engineers working on infrastructure projects qualify for EB2 and IW?
Not automatically. The problem these days is they want to know what is the impact of your work. If you're, let's say you're saying, I'm building a highway. So that highway has an impact of 10 miles or 20 miles. How does it impact the country? So they want to see what is the wider impact. And the wider impact comes in three forms. Either you impact a large part of the nation. It's not geographically, but let's say in some way you're impacting. Two, you impact the field. For example, you are a researcher or you created something that the whole field is using. Or three, economics. You are impacting the country's economics. Okay. So yeah, just because you're working on infrastructure doesn't mean you'll get the NAW.
If it's like an important like bridge, for example, and
yeah, I think a case can be made. Not only should the bridge be important, but you should be important too. Okay.
Correct.
So if you are one of the 59 civil engineers working there, I don't think you'll get an NAW.
Okay.
Okay. But let's say you are the super expert in non-destructive testing, and we say that, we need non-destructive testing of the bridge, and he's the only one who can do it. I think chances are better. But, NAWs are so hard to predict these days. You get a good officer who understands what you do. No questions asked, case approved. You get an officer who wants to question every little thing, doesn't make sense also. They will deny the case no matter what we do. Okay.
Correct. Could O1 be another pathway?
O1 is a totally different ballgame. That's a totally different ballgame. There you have to show that you are one of the top people in your profession nationally. They were a lot easier on O1s than they used to be on EB1, even though the qualifications are the same. But I'm seeing a slowly more and more difficult adjudication trend. In fact, there was a meeting amongst a couple of hundred lawyers. I think they were planning it last week. I usually don't attend these meetings. But they were planning because there were so many RFEs on O1s and EB1s that they were just going nuts. So things are getting definitely tougher. Okay?
Okay.
Good luck. Okay, area code 917. Where are you calling from?
Hi there, can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead, ma'am.
Hi there. So my question is this, if by chance studies is terminated because of not being able to pay tuition or something like that, what are the options? I know we can reinstate that in 5 months or something, but if there is a situation because of which I'm on day one CPT right now. There might be a situation where I will not be able to pay. I'm trying. So is there any suggestion or consequences I should keep in mind?
Yeah, if you don't reinstate, then you are out of status. And what that does is, if you ever had to get an F1 and try to come back again, that will be very difficult for you. Okay. So
can I stay here and reinstate that within 5 months? Is that something allowed? Because that's what I read.
It is allowed. You have to reinstate within 5 months. But the more you delay, the more difficult it becomes to reinstate, in my opinion. Okay?
Okay. And there isn't, I don't want to use the word loophole, but anything we can do, request the college to not terminate it? Ask them to give more time?
Isn't there some kind of reduced course load option because of economic reasons? Or isn't there an EAD option because of economic reasons?
I'm on day one CPT and then OPT is over and it's been some time now.
Okay.
Didn't get my H1.
Okay. So I would say that discuss it with the DSO, see if there's a reduced course load option. All right?
Okay. All right, but they can terminate it. They have the right to terminate it.
Oh, they do. They do. RCL is their RCL is also their discretion. They don't have to give it to you. Okay.
I see. And it's for the ongoing semester, actually.
So you're going to have to talk to your DSO, see what they can do. Okay.
Thank you. Okay.
Good luck.
Right, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Area code 804. 804 is Richmond, right? Where are you calling from, 804?
Hi, sir. I'm calling from Miami, Florida.
Oh, acha. I thought it was Richmond. Go ahead. How can I help you?
Yeah, I used to study in Richmond, but now shifted to Miami, so yeah.
Okay.
So my question to you is regarding H-1B stamping. Sir, my H-1B visa, which is stamped on my passport, got expired on 30th of September 24, which is 6 months from now.
Okay.
And I am already working for an employer right now who has me sponsored my H-1B visa till September 27. I have to go back to India for my H-1B stamping, but I'm not sure if I should be opting for interview or like a drop box, like what would work, because there are so many debates going on right now, so I was just confused and thought of some clarity.
Yeah, you should always go for Dropbox when it's available. So if you qualify for Dropbox, your visa has not expired for a year, more than a year when you apply for it. I don't see any problem with the Dropbox. That's what I would do.
Okay, so I can just book an appointment for Dropbox. That's good.
Yeah, try it because they may or may not give it to you, but you can certainly apply for it.
Got it. Yeah, there were so many delays, so I thought I'll just confirm with you.
Yeah.
So the second question I have for you is, I am working right now, but there is another company I applied to for a job, and they want me to work for them for a month, perform well, and then after a month, they can sponsor me on H-1B visa.
Yeah, you can't do
that. But for that
you
1
you
month,
can't do
they
that.
will be paying me as well.
You can't do that. That's illegal.
Okay.
All right.
Got it. Yeah, sir. These are all the questions I have. Thank you, sir.
Best of luck. Area code 903, where are you calling from?
Yes, I'm calling from Texas.
Okay, you're going to have to speak up a little bit. I can't hear you.
Okay. Yeah, can you hear me?
A little bit better. Speak slowly and speak loudly, please.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes. Go ahead. Hello? Huh. Okay. Area code 551. Go ahead, please. Where are you calling from?
Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Where are you calling from?
Yes, sir. I'm speaking from New Jersey.
Okay.
So my question is, I did not get selected in the third round of the H-1B lottery, and my STEM extension expires in early Feb 2026. So my company has agreed to send me.
Okay, hold on. But there's a lot of confusion here. Third round of lottery, which is last year?
No, the one that just happened in March.
That's the first round of lottery.
Now.
That's the first round of lottery. What you are saying is that you applied for the third time, right?
Yeah, my 3 years of H-1B.
Okay, so
filing.
got it. You said your EAD expired in February 26, or is it expiring in February?
No, it expires.
Okay,
Yeah,
expires.
It expires
Okay,
next year, February
yeah.
26.
The connection is a little fuzzy, so I'm missing some words. Okay, so all right, got it. So what is the question?
So my company has agreed to sponsor for my green card or do an L1B visa as well, and they are supportive about D1 CPT. So I just want to know what's the best way to go about it, and how can I maintain my status?
Okay, so I like the L1B option, and do it now. Don't wait till the last moment, because L1B has a very high denial rate. Okay, because if you get L1B, you can still keep applying for H1B every year. And that is a better transition than CPT to H1B. Got it?
Okay. Yes.
Best of luck.
I just have a follow-up question to that.
Make it really
So
quick.
if
I got a bunch of people waiting.
Yes. So if I go for 1 year internationally, I cannot file for an H-1B when I'm not on the US.
Yes, you can.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
Best of luck.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, you could be anywhere in the world. You can still apply for H1B lottery. No issue.
Okay, sounds good.
Best
Thank
of
you so
luck.
much, sir.
Bye. Area code 516. Where are you calling from, 516?
Hi, good afternoon. This is Kevin calling from New York.
Mm-hmm.
I'll keep my question, it's more general.
Okay.
So my question is, I'm an H-1B holder with the cap exempt H-1B, been working here for about 2 years on H-1B.
Okay.
I was recently planning to travel to Middle East, Dubai to be specific, to visit my family who lives there.
Okay.
So my nationality is India.
Okay.
So I was just wondering, with all the chaos right now, is it safe to travel?
Talk to
I
your
have my
talk
visa
talk
stamped
to
on
you.
my
Hold
passport.
on. Back up. talk to your lawyers because I don't know your case. Generically, I would say it's reasonably safe for people to travel, but if you have been posting on the media, "Death to America, the Satan," and Donald Trump is a fat
No,
ass,
I
lard
have
ass.
no history of anything like that.
So, I mean, because all
I
this,
haven't done any kind of postings. I
Yeah.
don't have any black
So-
history in my previous immigration records or anything like that.
and you have you have in-house employment, or are you working at a client site?
I'm working in I go into my office every day.
Yeah, that's seems like a very straightforward case. Plus, who doesn't want to go to Dubai, right?
Yeah, I just want to visit my family who lives there. So with now, like they're finding, like they're manufacturing reasons for people to not admit them
No,
back to
I
the
think
country when they come back. So that's why.
I won't worry about it. I think it's okay to travel. But,
All right.
But double check with your lawyers just in case there is something we don't know. All right?
Yeah, sure.
Good
All right,
luck.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Have a good day.
You too. Area code 303, where are you calling from? 303, where are you calling from?
Hi, Rajiv. This is Arinam here again. So, Rajiv ji, one question.
अरे यार
I
एक
can
छोटा सा सवाल पूछा उसका तो जवाब दे दो. Where are you calling from?
Okay. I can retrieve I-94 from CBP website.
अभी भी जवाब नहीं दिया. Where are you calling from?
Oh, I am from Colorado.
Okay, all right. So you can retrieve your I-94, not I-9, I-94, right?
Yeah, I can retrieve my I-94 from CBP website.
Mhm.
But when I try to search the travel history,
Mhm.
it says no record found.
Yeah, that's a
I
common
tried
problem.
with,
That's a common problem.
Okay.
What you can do is you can contact the CBP. If you go to cbp.gov, look at their offices, reach out to the office closest to you. Many of them respond by email, phone definitely. Call them up if they want you to come in, take your documentation, go to them. They should be able to fix this situation. Okay?
Okay.
Good luck.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Area code 469, where are you calling from? 469?
Yeah, hello, Mr. Khanna. I'm calling from Dallas, Texas. Can
Yes,
you
sir.
hear me?
Hello, sir. How can I help you?
Yeah, I have a couple of questions. First question, I am on L1. My petition extension has been filed last February, this February. My current petition is valid till end of July. My family is planning to travel to India and back in the summer using their current visa stamping, which is valid till end of July. So do you see any issue while the petition extension is pending for approval?
Yeah, I'm a little uncomfortable with that. I would rather have it approved before they travel or wait till it is approved before they travel. If nothing else, tell the employer to premium process it. You can pay for it.
Okay.
All right.
So you're saying while...
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't.
pending,
Yeah,
there's a
I don't like
risk.
it. I don't like it.
Okay.
All right.
And the second question I have is, my son is in college. He's currently on L2 visa.
Mhm.
So he will be turning 21. So I plan to move him to F1
Sure.
visa. So keeping the lead time and everything in mind, when do you think that I should apply for changing him from L2 to F1?
Apply right now. You don't have to wait till he turns 21. Apply right now. Gives you plenty of time. And I don't think it's going to be an issue. They should get it done. Yeah, apply for F1 right now.
Okay.
All right.
So when the L2 extension is pending in the parallel, can I apply for him?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Then the F2.
Well, let me back it up a little bit. They won't give her an F1 until L2 is approved. So you definitely want to wait till the L2 is approved, then apply for F1. Pending mein, there's only one issue. They may not be able to give it to him until the L2 is approved. Okay?
Okay, understood. Thank you.
Good luck. Okay, my neighborhood, area code 703. How can I help you? Area code 703.
Hello, Rajiv.
Hello,
Yeah.
ma'am.
I spoke to you about 10 days ago regarding my situation that I got laid off last year.
Okay.
And I'm on H-1B I already have H-1B, which is, 5.5 years are remaining on my H-1B.
Mm-hmm.
So you suggested that I can file for the second B2 extension since I don't have a job offer yet.
Oh, yeah, I remember. I remember talking to you. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. So I was considering also, keeping my options open for non-profit H-1B or F1 while my second B2 extension is still pending.
Mm-hmm.
So is that are there any risks involved with that
No.
I go for non-profit H1?
No. The worst case scenario is simply this. If you are out of your current B2 period and your B2 extension is pending, not approved yet, government can say, look, we can't give you H1 within USA until the B2 is approved. So earlier they had said, it is in their policy statement, that if you are in this situation, old B2 expired, current B2 extension pending, H1 coming to approval, if you apply for premium processing of the H1, we will premium the B2 that is pending so that you have B2, then H1B can be converted.
Okay. No matter how many B2 status extension I apply for, the form is the same, I-539, right? As long as I'm doing it on my own.
It is the same form. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
All right.
And so what is the denial rate for this second B2 extension?
I don't have any statistics for that. They seem to work so far.
Okay.
Right.
And as long as I provide proper specific documentation, I should be good.
Yeah, I told you that already.
We
talked. I remember telling you exactly what you need to provide. I'm not going to repeat that. All right?
All right. Thank you so much.
Best of luck. Bye-bye. Area code 240. You are from Maryland, right? 240?
Yes, I am. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
So, I have a question.
Sure.
My brother left what you call it, a CAP exempt H-1B. So he had another prospective employer file for him, and after the lottery has been conducted recently, but the status is still showing submitted. I don't know. We don't know what that means for him. And
so hold on. Hold on.
Okay.
Let me understand this.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Your brother had his H-1B lottery applied through two employers. Is that what you said?
No, he left a previous employer.
He left the previous employer, but the previous employer did apply for his lottery.
That was a CAP exempt.
That was a what?
H-1B. A CAP exempt H-1B.
Oh, CAP exempt H-1B. So there was a CAP exempt H-1B.
Yes.
He left, but they can still apply for his lottery. Are you sure they did not apply for his lottery?
They applied. That's what I'm saying. They applied, and the status is showing submitted. Meanwhile, everybody has gotten a response about on the recent lottery conducted. So we don't know what that means.
So hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Did only one employer apply for him, or more than one employer applied for him?
Only one.
Okay. So submitted simply means he's not selected. If there's a second round, they'll run him again. That's what it means.
Okay. So how does that impact the 60 days deadline?
What deadline? 60-day deadline. Oh, you mean the grace period? The H-1B grace period.
Yes.
It does not. It does not affect him at all. No effect at all. Okay.
Okay. Does that mean it can stay longer?
He can still say only 60 days or the time remaining on his I-94, whichever is shorter. Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Yeah, lottery does not impact. Don't worry. Good luck. Okay, let's see. This is my neighborhood, area code 703, Virginia. Go ahead, please.
Hi, sir. We just spoke earlier regarding my wife's lawyer. I don't know if I'm lucky or unlucky, but I just got a call from the employer saying that they got an email for a site visit. So I'm just curious. So this was in regards to the multiple filings flagged as a fraud on the employer. So I'm not sure, it's been a year since she has worked for that employer and got a paycheck. So is there any quick advice that you can give me?
Yeah, my advice is don't worry. Let's see how it works out. It doesn't appear like she's done anything wrong. So wait and watch. Don't worry about it.
Right.
All right.
And because it's been more than a year, so it is not mandatory that I still maintain the job. I can still explain the situation, right? As it is, that I used to work for them. I wasn't aware that they filed it because there was just an email. There was no consent from us. She was applying for multiple jobs, and they just sent an email saying that, some other person was applying for H1B registration, but we never gave any.
Yeah, I think the situation is unclear. Let's just see what happens, what the government says, then deal with it.
Okay.
All right.
Any tips usually on a site visit? What to say? Just answer.
Always tell the truth.
Answer point to point.
Always tell the truth.
Yeah,
whatever they ask,
on.
no matter how concerned you are about it, tell the truth. All right.
Okay. Got it.
Best of luck.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Thanks.
Area code 917. Where are you calling from? 917.
Sir, can you hear me?
I can. Yes.
I am on H1B.
But where are you calling? Where are you calling from? That was my question to you.
Sorry, I did not hear that. I'm calling from New York.
Okay. Now go on. You're on H1B?
I had an incident a couple of years ago when I was on F1B. F1 status. My charges were dismissed and case was expunged.
Okay.
However, during that case, the judge ordered to take my fingerprints. I went for visa stamping and visa was approved, but those fingerprints were coming up at that time.
Okay.
The question is, since I got the case dismissed and expunged now, I have a visa appointment next month for H1B. Will those fingerprints come up again?
Probably they will. Remember one thing, expungement has no meaning for immigration. Even if expunged, you have to always mention, yes, I was arrested, yes, I was charged. So you can't get rid of that. Expungement means nothing for immigration. Okay? But the fact that you were...
How would I...
Let me finish. The fact that you were given the visa means that this is not a problem. At least that is what it appears to me. So it doesn't look like something to worry about.
Okay.
Go ahead.
And I was not arrested. All I had was just a charge. Even I have the disposition.
Yeah, I just gave an example. I really have no way of knowing what it was. I just gave an example. If anything is asked about your charges or your arrest or anything, whatever the truth is, you've got to tell it. Just don't think just because it's expunged, you don't have to say yes to it.
Okay.
Expungement
would it cost 221? Would it cost 221G?
It can. But the fact that it was already reviewed and taken care of, I think chances are not that much. But because of Trump administration, what they are going to do, deeper vetting, who knows how long it will take. But 221G is possible but unlikely.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Okay, let's see. Area code 213. 213 is Connecticut, ain't it? 213. Where are you calling from?
Yeah, hi. I'm calling from Georgia, but
okay. All right. Tell me how can I help you?
Yeah, I had this question. So my lottery got picked this year.
Okay.
And my OPT extension expires in June 26 next year.
Okay.
Yeah. So I had this question that should I go for change of status filing for my H1 or consular filing? Because I have a plan to visit Europe in November, and then I need to visit to India in December, January for my marriage. So I need to understand, will consular be safer option or change of status?
I think change of status is better.
In that case, I will not be.
Yeah.
I will not be able to enter US without getting it stamped.
That is correct.
If I do not get my 797 in time,
and I have my marriage scheduled, and if suppose I'm not getting a appointment in India, then I will maybe have to postpone my marriage as well.
You don't need visa to go outside USA. You need visa to come back into US.
Yeah, but if I'm not getting, suppose my appointment
Yeah, then
until
hold
March or
on.
April.
Look, I can't, nobody knows the future. You asked me one question, which one is better, change of status or consular? I said change of status. I prefer that. Now, does that mean you have to go get visa stamping? Sure. Is there going to be delay in visa stamping? Nobody can predict that. So there are pros and cons. You have to weigh them with your lawyers. I can't really tell you anything more than that. I can only give you generic answers to generic questions. What's going to happen with us with visa stamping? I don't know, ma'am. That's something you'll have to deal with.
Okay, but for consular appointment, do you have an idea how much is the waiting time?
I have no idea. It depends from country to country, state to city to city, consulate to consulate. But here is what I'm advising my clients. If you go for visa stamping, be prepared to work from your home country, while if you get a 221G, work from there. That's fine. If you can't do that, don't go for visa stamping. Okay. It's as simple as that.
Okay, and my passport expires next year, September 26th. So should I get it renewed before my H1B filing or after?
You can do it after,
and stamping.
but do it before stamping.
Okay, after filing and before stamping.
Yep. All right.
Okay, understood.
Best of luck.
Yeah, thanks.
Last question, 903. Where are you calling from?
Yeah, hi, I'm calling from Dallas, Texas.
Go ahead.
I'm currently working as a civil engineer in transportation. This is my second year on OPT, so I'm just exploring the O1 option. I already have like 2 papers published, and I'm still working on few papers with my professors. So I'm just wanted to see if it's like a right path to choose, or I should stick with H1B.
Oh, you should stick with H1B, no question about it. But at the same time, keep working on your O1, gives you a backup option. Also, it gives you the option of an EB1A further down the future. Absolutely keep preparing for the O1 EB1 type, but don't depend on it. Depend on the H1B. All right?
Okay. Yeah, good. Yeah,
Best of luck. Folks, I'm just a few minutes over. That's okay. I'll talk to you again next Thursday after the next one. Everyone, take care. Bye-bye.